filed. Let me go ahead and do this video. Yeah, I'm under severe death curse with this motherfucking bitch's higher self, to the point where it's done gotten real. I've nearly had my entire consciousness taken out in the middle of the night. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with me, man. I feel like I'm held hostage in my consciousness, in my mind. I don't know what's going on, and there's just so much crazy shit. I tried to call on my father, who was my connection to God, for help, and I'm gonna say something right now. I know this is a straight up sacrifice curse, because I'm gonna say this right now. When I tried to call on I feel that bitch trying to cut off a vital part of my consciousness right now as I speak. When I tried to call on God, when I was trying to connect with my ancestors, it was nothing but entity roach attachments, and that was in different timelines that I have within. Again, your timelines start from within your body and then extend outward. And I didn't feel any connection with my ancestors' family whatsoever. And that's because she cut me off, especially going back to the August the 22nd, 2022 timeline. So right now I'm in the process of getting rebuilt spiritually. I have Baron Samedi. I also have another entity that, would go back and forth. Going back to that August 22nd, 2022 timeline. I'm not going to say any names anymore. I'm not going to say the names. I also want to mention, too, that June came around and helped. She was connected to an ancestor and really tried to put me back together as much as she can. But it's hard when your consciousness is fucked up. You get nervous, you have intrusive thoughts, and I try to explain to these spirits you can't help that. But yet they insist on, in order to build me back up enduring certain shit, in order to get my shit back. But it's not their fault, it's their nature. But they try to fight it as roach spirits. So, but with that being said, going back to that August 22nd, 2022 timeline, speaking on how when I tried to connect with my family, my ancestors, all I got was roach attachments because they, she cut me off from my family. With that being said, from what I saw with my parents, again, I keep seeing, going back to that August the 22nd, 2022 timeline, where I believe I got soul swapped. Now, I'm not going to lie, I saw, from what I understand, she burned my family to the point where they no longer exist. You could use 3517 hertz, 3571 hertz to revive a body. So with that being said, I know a lot of y'all out there worry about me. In order to get the right timeline, I was even being told, don't stick, like I use paper towels for, I know I'm jumping from topic to topic, just bear with me. My consciousness is fucked up because of this. I gotta get this bitch's from what I understand, going back to that August the 22nd, 2022 timeline, this is why I brought up my family and how they got sacrificed by her, incinerated by her. Let me just say, I got soul swapped. And so I'm not connected with my real family. It's gonna sound weird. And there's words for that, words for people like that. I forgot what they call it. But when a person who's not familiar with you, who you know very, very well, but that's not the case with me. I'm just going to say I don't feel like I'm fully in the world of the living. And this Maria Paraffin, that's a real name. It's Maria Paraffin. That's the highest self of, that's the name of the highest self of this woman, the Terry Reid at 8704 Broadway, who put this shit on me. Maria Paraffin. I keep saying Tavares, but it's Paraffin, and I'm going to change it today. With that being said, the reason why I brought that up is because she killed off my family. Going back to that timeline, she got rid of them. And from what I understand, you know, that's why she's trying to get rid of my consciousness and all of that, so I can't connect with them. And it's getting even more dangerous, more insidious. With that being said, Maria Paraffin, the minute I mentioned that, I felt something try to attack me. She's the one that's in charge of that August the 22nd, 2022 timeline. And that, you know, again, I know I sound schizo, but I know something ain't right. Something ain't right with reality, and it's not just schizophrenia or roach attachments. With that being said, and it's getting where it's critical, vital. You know, she's hitting like vital parts of my consciousness where I could die, literally. From what I understand, she made a deal with the Illuminati to keep me out. And I saw, you know, Jay-Z prominently. You know, I also heard about something called Gita's. I heard that they put my parents in it. It's at this location right here. The hostile style, like that movie that came out with Eli Roth, you know, put people up for sale, torture them, kill them in the most abominable ways. This John Podesta video reminds me of it, and I actually heard from them roach spirits how they tortured the hell out of him, put hot liquid on him and his son, placed his son in hot coals, and then just, you know, told him, if you want to stay alive, you know, call me daddy and say you sorry, woo, woo, woo. Told the daddy the same thing. Both of them were homeless before this in Washington, D.C., and had them in the chair. But it's a place that the Illuminati tortures people. It's at that place. It's not that far from the Family Planet Fitness I frequent in downtown L.A. The reason why, you know, I mention that is because in the astral plane, she disconnected. She cut me off from that timeline and took out the entity and roach attachments of my parents, my family, along with the people that's involved in all of this. I got an Ingrid Hybert, so-called Barbara and David Reyna, Echeverry. With that being said, I got so much evil shit in me right now, it's not even funny. With that being said, she cut me off from that timeline. And she did it initially by killing my parents in that timeline. That's why I can only connect to them via as entity or roach attachments. And from what I understand, she tried to take me out of all of my timelines. Her, that Ingrid Hybert, Orozco, I got an Alessandro Orozco. That's the name in which I wanted to mention, not Aguilar. And when somebody takes you out of my timeline, from what I understand, that happened to my parents in that timeline, that's death, because your timeline is your life. That's the pathway for your life. Without your timeline, you don't exist. And so she did that. She took all of my timelines. And so I've been feeling like I'm in a different timeline right now, and I've been feeling lost. Again, you can use 694, 695 hertz to see 1714 hertz, 1715 hertz. And that's pretty scary. And again, because of the way my consciousness is, it's all over the fucking astral plane. I feel it dramatically. You know, I understand that under Baron Samedi, he wasn't as bad of a sacrifice. Like I say, when he first sacrificed me, he always made sure I at least had money. He would do similar shit, supposedly worse than this, but you didn't feel it. The minute you start feeling it, it's dangerous. That can kill you. I'm also saying right now, it's extremely dangerous when you have somebody's higher self in you. You know, this shit should have never fucking happened. Poor Baron Samedi, his real self was trying to put himself back together. But anyways, with that being said, you know, by the way, you can use 1714, 1715 hertz for teleportation to bring shit back. But I'm going to try to, I think 3545 hertz is also good for teleporting. But I think it just brings roach attachments or entity attachments back of stuff you already had. Now, with that being said, talking about my situation, I had Oshun come through last night and try to put me back together. But because of my consciousness, again, we have arbitrary thoughts. We have random thoughts. We have intrusive thoughts. You can't help that. Because of how fucked up it is, because of how my consciousness is set up now, how, you know, fucked up it is, I can hurt these entity attachments, roach attachments with a thought. And when they try to build you up, and that's scary. Are these spirits, you know, entities. So with that being said, you know, you try to fight it, and, you know, these roach spirits, they'll try to tranquilize themselves, but they can only do so much. They can only do so much. I remember one time talking to a good friend of mine's, and then, hey brother, how you doing? And he rolled his head. Yes, sir. I say, he rolled his head, and all of a sudden he just said to show me where I'm at. In reality, I'm an entity attachment. So I know I'm between the world of the living and the dead. Something ain't right, and I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Like I say, my consciousness is all over the astral fucking plane, and I can feel it. And when shit is done to me, I can feel it palpably, physically. And that's treading scary water. But anyways, she got into my main consciousness last night, Maria Tavares. You know, from what I understand, in the physical, her highest self, from what the tarot reader, whose highest self is I believe her name is Elsa Solano. Maria Paraffin is her highest self at 8704 Broadway. Anyways, while I was lying down, from what I understand, in the physical plane, she has a jar with my soul consciousness that she uses to seep in and out and fuck with me. And from what I've heard from her highest self, from this Maria Paraffin highest self, she keeps insisting on keeping me dead. From what I understand, she saw I was black, she went back, saw what I had coming, or what I was supposed to have coming, and wanted to just fucking take me out. Had no sympathy, no empathy whatsoever. But she didn't go after the white people who put this shit on me. So that says a lot. That speaks a lot. The two crackers. And they stole a lot of my shit. My entire timelines, removed them. So I want to say, you know, they use roach attachments to protect themselves using. So with that being said, It's just, like I said, it's just been, it's scary when you lose your timelines. That's your life. You lose your connection to your ancestors, your family. That's an evil ass higher self. Somebody needs to take that bitch out. She shouldn't be anybody's fucking higher self to invade somebody like that. Want to kill them off just to steal their shit. And because of this color of their fucking skin. Look, I'm not the most politically correct person. I'm somewhat of a racist motherfucker myself, but at the same fucking time, I'm not gonna kill a motherfucker, over their shit. I don't do that. She took out a lot of my timelines, a lot, in an effort to try to kill me. Her and them two people, but mainly her. She's been the spearheader for this shit, the main antagonist. There's times where I look at pictures of myself and I'll even look like her. I know I sound schizo, but, what I'm dealing with is very, very real. When I try to call on entities, I can't even tell if it's her ancestors or mine. Her soul consciousness is so mixed with mine. She stole a lot of my entity attachments from my soul consciousness and moved it out. Like she tried to do with my main consciousness last night. So I can't tell if I'm calling on my ancestors like Marie Laveau. I found out through this curse, and it sounds weird, I'm related to her along with Baron Samedi. And there's a couple of more luminaries that I'm connected to. Again, I can't tell if I'm calling, if it's my mother or my father. She took over my soul consciousness. Me and a couple of other, entities been trying to get it back. I saw entity attachments. Well, anyways, with that being said, all this parasitic shit. I'm going to go ahead and try my best to do a reading. This is a fucking shame, man. Sometimes it gets so much to the point where I be crying out for help. I get told, don't play this, don't play that. I mean, I was even told last night, don't wear a fucking mini pad, or else we ain't gonna have a harder time getting your shit back. This entity's prophesizing shit, and I'm like, that's schizophrenia, man. You gotta wear a pad when you bleed. No, just no. I was able to get some of my shit from them people last night. Them two people initially cursed me, and I had Baron Samedi look at their timeline and saw them motherfuckers, that timeline, that August 22nd, 2022 timeline is real. I think they know these people here from what I understand. And they were, from what I understand, in that timeline, 300 mil to 200 million. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead, update my blog, and, later on, talk about the Illuminati and try to get all my shit straight. Like I say, that was a wake-up call. That's scary when you have all of your timelines taken out of your body, and where you start hearing in your consciousness a separate voice and feeling a separate consciousness from yourself. That's scary. I have a lot of spiritual protection, but not enough. And when I'm getting rebuilt or something, I can't tell what's the intent. I don't know. I get scared. So let me go ahead. I got to put this back in. Let me use my third eye. I've had my third eye stolen by that, what is it? Alexandra Orozco, or I got a Aguilar, or really Ingrid Hybert, or, from what I understand, again, she looked like that woman I showed you, and her husband looked like V.I. Leonard. You got like the same hair, but he has like black eyes. When I say black eyes, I mean like beady eyes. When I try to get spiritual help, this bitch be fucking with my head. It's Maria Paraffin. High self blocking help, by the way. Telling them lies and stuff, and it's in my consciousness, but it's still real because it extends into the astral plane. So let me go ahead and try to use my third eye to see what's going on. Lord have mercy. Help me. I see you having a lot of help coming your way, but I see you enduring a lot of blockages. And hopefully, I see you overcoming them. But it's going to take self-determination. There was a young man that said, you got to take back your power. Omar, I forgot, Gutierrez or something. So let me throw the cards. I made a note of staying, I don't want to say the word prominent, but staying conspicuous. I don't want to say the word conspicuous either. And keeping, a light, eyes on me. Alright, that's not good. This 9 of Wands. Stuff would have played out if I've kept my mouth shut. Swords. Yeah, I'm scared to death to go to another reader because I don't want what happened to me to happen. But I'm trying to get an idea on what the fuck is going on. I'm too sensitive to shit. I got too much crazy shit going on with this. Like I said, I didn't see it coming. I just wanted to read, and I just wanted to figure out my situation, see if what I'm hearing, what I know, what I saw is real. I can't deny that. Going back to August the 22nd, 2022, I had a level-headed. I was told my soul consciousness is still at that homeless shelter, the manor, where I last was when this curse first commenced. For that timeline, and I saw it, my full consciousness, entity attachments of them got turned into a roach. It's depressing, and I believe I saw that same entity 2 years before when I lived 637 housing Miracle Mile. It looked like E.T., but from what I understand, that was actually me in the future as a roach attachment. You know, another thing about that's scary too about being disconnected from your timeline is when that bitch has your entity attachments, it gives her the chance to be able to torture you and to kill you. And you can't affect her physically like you want to. You can't get at her. You know, and she has another entity attachment. This guy here who I was just stole an entity attachment that connects me to God. And she's been working with that entity attachment to use that against me. Is I fake higher, I don't know. A roach attachment of it, from what I heard. And has been using that along with my soul consciousness. She's been doing it with Baron Samedi, Oshun. She even almost took over my entity attachment, connecting me to Oshun. She did at one point. By taking over my soul consciousness, using it to confuse what I see in the spirit plane and to throw me off. Hey, how you doing, brother? And having me not know who am I contacting. If it's ancestors, if it's her, if it's a spirit entity attachment being influenced by her, a spirit being influenced by her right now, you know, I felt a change, but I knew it wasn't sincere. Like I say, this is highly dangerous to have something like this in you because it could fuck you up. I was innocently listening to a Rugi and she used that shit to attack me. And like I said, I can't tell if I don't know what the fuck is going on. You know, like I said, somebody steals your entity attachments and shit like she's doing, like them people did before, but not as bad due to Baron Samedi intervening. You don't know what the fuck is going on, and they use it to torment you, and she's been using that to try to kill me off. By removing parts of my soul consciousness that's in your back, that's like your lifeblood. It's like blood. But it's I think plasma. So anyways, in the opposition position, we got the Seven of Wands. And I feel that you're going up against a very, very big struggle, a great uphill battle. And I wanted to mention, I have a spirit child that's been helping me out, you know, that's connected to my child consciousness. She took a lot of that and started fucking with me, you know, using that, trying to confuse me, using that against me and all of that, and it's scary. So anyways, I feel like you're going up against a lot of opposition. I feel like it's like major bricks to you. It's you don't feel like you can overcome this shit. So right here we got the King of Pentacles, and I see you overcoming something. You fighting something off. And you overriding it. Then here we got the Hermit. And I feel like you feel like there's deception abound and you're not sure as to what the fuck is going on. So you're trying to get discernment and figure out your situation. So right here we got the Moon. And I feel that's in the subconscious position. And you know for a fact that there's something that is not working in your best interest, don't have your best interest. It's somebody that wants to knock you off. I feel like it's a competitor, competition, a rival. So right here for the Ghost position, we got the High Priestess, and I feel like that has a lot to do with coming into your power. You can use 446 Hertz to come into your power. Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords. I feel that there's a lot of energy. That's your advice card. You got a lot of shit going up against you, so be careful of what you do and be careful of the moves you make at this point. So anyways, right here we got the Eight of Cups. And I feel that the energy around you is you have a lot of help, but you have people that's ready to walk away if you make the wrong decision, if you do something stupid. So right here for your fears and hopes card, I feel that you're helping for the Ace of Pentacles, but you're not going to get it. So right here for the outcome, we got the Nine of Wands, and I feel like you're going to be stuck in a position where you're not going to be able to go anywhere. And there's going to be major blockages. So with that being said, if you want a more thorough, personalized tarot reading, please contact me at ravenbytarot22@yahoo.com.
You think you're hot shit, don't you? You think you're hot... Listen up! What's my name? What's my name? My other name. What do you call me? I am your father. From now on, you will call me your father. Shut up! You will call me your father. What is my name, huh?
I'm just a kid who's 4. Each day I grow some more. I'm singing. I some more. I'm there. Something more. I'll say you are Tracy, Daddy, finding my way. Growing up is not so tough. I had enough. There's a lot of fun stuff with
Don't you? You think you're hot shit, don't you? You will call me. You will call me. You will call me. Say it again.
Just get lost. Just get lost. Just get lost. Just get lost.
You think you're hot shit, don't you? You think you're hot shit, don't you? Say it again! Say it again! You think you're hot shit, don't you?
Just get lost.
You think you're hot shit, don't you?
Just get lost.
You think you're hot shit, don't you?
Just get lost.
You think you're hot shit, don't you?
Just get lost.